Coming up, we put trains to the test. It's race time.
Come on! Oh God, you can see I'm indicating.
Our adventures on the foreshore of the River Thames in East London turned up lots of train-related finds.
It's a railway button, and it says, can you see that? Midland Railway Company.
So do you think that's from the Midland Railway Company?
So now we're steaming ahead on our journey to discover about the evolution of the railways and how they shaped Britain.
Yeah, man. Steam's where it's at. So the railways enabled an industrialised, urbanised Britain to emerge from a nation once dominated by villages and small towns.
And also enabled cities like London to grow.
That's why, Steve, we've come to the London Transport Museum on the occasion of London Underground's glorious 150th anniversary. We're going to find out all about it. Can't, Steve?
I'm looking forward to it.
Behave yourself in your right, Steve. These are really like dead intellectual people.
By the 1850s, the steam railways had reached the fringes of London. But the new lines were not permitted to demolish enough property to penetrate the city. A method of linking the mainline stations was needed, and so the steam-powered Metropolitan Railway was built and was the first line of what was to become the London Underground.
Hi, Sam. I'm Steve. Hi, Steve.
I'm Johnny. All right, Sam. That's Steve. OK, we're walking through here. Fantastic collection you got of all the various carriages. Which one is this?
This is a 1938 tube train.
OK.
This is the archetypal tube carriage.
It hasn't changed much.
It was the first underground train which had all the gubbins, all the works, all the motors and everything beneath the seats, beneath the floor. Didn't have an engine compartment at either end.
OK.
So why did London need the Underground?
It was grinding to a halt in the mid-19th century. Its streets were packed with pedestrians and horse-drawn vehicles, and a number of people throughout the 1840s and 50s are looking for innovative ideas that would get over that problem. And some of it is building new roads, but ultimately actually going underneath all that is the kind of obvious solution. And what you get is in effect a conventional Victorian railway just built one story down. So you get this first metro, first underground railway in the world.
And whose idea was that to do it? Who is the founding father of the London Underground?
All sorts of people have fabulous, kind of slightly cookie ideas about how to do it. But there's a city solicitor, a man called Charles Pearson, was persistently fought for the Underground Railway, particularly this bit around the north of London, going from Paddington eventually to the Bank. And he was a social reformer, so he was interested in schemes which cleared slums out the centre of London and made the streets of London work better.
So in the 1800s, this is an astonishing feat to get a train underground.
Yeah.
What did the public, how did the public react to this?
Public weren't quite sure about it. A lot of commentators of the day said it was going to be like kind of Hades down below, that people would be overcome by the fumes, that the noise and vibration would would kill people. But 40,000 people travelled on the first day of service, 10th of January, 1863, and those passenger numbers continue to rise. And originally, the Underground was not really intended to go across London. It was intended to join up the mainline stations, which in the 1830s and 40s had begun to kind of ring London around the edge. So you turn up at Paddington, and you wanted to get to the city, or you wanted to get to King's Cross, you just take the Metropolitan Railway around that northern bit of London. That's the first bit of the line, Paddington to Farringdon, 1863, so 150 years ago.
And how long is the journey?
18 minutes.
And that's from Paddington to Farringdon?
Paddington to Farringdon, yeah.
18 minutes.
So why was the first tube line from Paddington to Farringdon?
Well, interestingly, it's the same route down which the first omnibus had run, 1829.
So why that route?
It's the new suburbs to the north and west of London, and so the people working in the city are largely living in the west of London, and they want a quick route to work.
I think I'm right in thinking, didn't they start then the Underground, the people beyond the Underground started actually building houses?
Well, the Metropolitan Railway bought up lots of land to build the railway on as they went kind of out and created the suburbs. And they had the bright idea that rather than just selling off the land to somebody else, they would actually develop that land as estate houses themselves. There was a Metropolitan Land Company that did that. So in effect, they were creating season ticket holders to spend money on their railway. And Metroland was started during the First World War as a kind of place-selling campaign, kind of estate agent type campaign, and went on into the 30s, and it was arguably the most kind of successful place-selling kind of campaign of its type. And I guess what you have to always do with particularly with railways is look at, in effect, the social return on that investment. Without the Underground Railway, London wouldn't be where it is today.
Listen, it's been so nice to meet you, Sam. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks, Sam. It's brilliant.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Sam.
See you later.
Mind the gap.
It's amazing to think that the first underground journey from Paddington to Farringdon took only 18 minutes, but that was 150 years ago. So, could the tube still be mightier than the road today? That's given me an idea.
So, Vaughan, why you brought us to Paddington Station for?
Because we've looked at steam transportation, and the underground, right? So I was thinking transport, three of us, bantering together, right? What is the world's most successful show about transport? Three guys, bantering. It's Top Gear, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
So what they do is to inject a bit of life into the show, a challenge, given to us by the producers. So that's exactly what we've got. Now, I haven't seen this yet. So let's find out what the challenge is, shall we? The producers have set us. 150 years ago, the first underground line ran from this station, Paddington, to Farringdon. To mark this anniversary, you are going to put the tube to the test and race to Farringdon. One of you will go by tube, one by car, and the other by bike. Rock. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is. Bike or tube?
Tube.
Tube, that means you've got the bike, I'll take the car.
I ain't no choice. First one
to the castle. First one to the castle.
I'll get the beers in for you, lads. I'll be there
I
waiting
think I'm going to win this one. Let's go.
I will win this one. I will win this one.
So, the first person to get to the pub next to Farringdon Station wins.
I've got the high vis for safety, I've got my helmet ready to go, I've got a camera on top so you can see everything that's going on. All I've got to do now is just find a bike.
It's only 4 miles, but the producers haven't given us a set route. Instead, we've got to rely on our own knowledge of London to get there, and that could be a problem.
Got my ticket. Let's win this challenge.
Yes! Got me bike. I'm on the road. I'm going to win this. Baldy, I'm after you.
Oops, handbrake off. Where's the handbrake?
Right, I'm on my way. I'm taking the direct route, the road almost directly above the tube line Rock will be taking. It is a massive gamble though, because this road can be very, very busy, but I'm confident it'll be completely clear. And it's chocker.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. And now, of course, that lane moves faster. Oh, quelle surprise.
I'm not worried about Johnny and Rock because I've decided to go straight through central London and down Oxford Street, which should be easy because on my bike I can weave in and out of the traffic.
Out of the way, I'm coming through.
I've just missed my train, but that shouldn't be a problem. In 1863, there was just the Metropolitan line going between Paddington and Farringdon. But now, there are 4 lines I can take. So I'll jump on the next train, but it means I'll have to change at Edgware Road. I hope it doesn't slow me down.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about missing trains, and, as I'd hoped, the traffic is now cleared. The direct road to Farringdon is working out a treat.
Okay, we're accelerating up now. A little bit faster. Okay. We're going about 80 miles an hour now. I'm kidding, we're going 24. I just thought I'd give it a bit of excitement. Okay, move around there.
Right, the train's finally arrived and I'm on my way. Electric underground trains were introduced in 1890. But before that, they were powered by steam, which created a permanent sulphurous fog in the carriages, which would have made my journey a lot more unpleasant.
To make sure I beat Rock and Johnny to Farringdon, I've decided to use a couple of cheeky shortcuts that I've learnt over the years.
I think I'm down here. I'm going to be a right or left, not sure, but I should check.
Of course, that's as long as I can remember them.
So apparently I've got to change at the next stop, which is Edgware Road, but it's still an easy win for me because there's only 5 more stops to do after that. So anyway, here we go. Let's change here.
My next tube will take me straight into Farringdon, but the London Underground wasn't actually called the Tube until the first deep level line was opened in 1890. The deepest station in central London is Bank, which is 136 feet below street level.
Take it steady for me, take it steady. Happy place. Okay, we're going through. We've got a lot of green lights here. But suddenly I seem to be in what I call a St Paddy's Day situation.
I reckon I'm nearly in Farringdon, and with all the lights green, I certainly seem to have luck on my side. I've just got to hope that Rock and Steve aren't doing as well.
This is bad. Come on. Where is it?
I'm going to turn left here. I don't think I'm allowed to do that, but I just have. Whoops. Okay. Now that, I think, is Farringdon Station. Yes, it's Farringdon Station. Okay, here we go. We're looking for a pub. We're looking for the castle. Do we have the castle?
No! I haven't got the faintest where I am.
Okay, forcing me into a left turn here. Look, Metropolitan Railway, that was the first line. Okay, I need to park. That's all I need to do now. I think I'm winning this then.
Okay, we're here. Farringdon Station. This was pretty easy, so I've got to go and find the castle pub. Follow me.
Keys out. Okay. Okay, let's go. Pub.
There it is. Come on.
There's Rock. No, I would have beaten him. Hang on. I've got to go because there's Rock right down there.
Victory is mine. Thank you very much.
And the first inside the pub is...
No.
Surely. All right. When did you get here?
We've been about 5 minutes.
No, you
I was the
you
first
didn't at all.
outside the pub. No?
All right. But the point, all right. Okay, you win it.
I won it.
Yeah, you won it.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
Let's get inside the pub and look like we've been there for hours. Come on.
Okay.
No Steve here, just a pint of beer. Cheers.
How was it?
You all right, Badley?
I don't even want to talk about it.
We've been here for hours.
Yeah.
But there's only one loser, Steve.
You two cheated.
No, you
always
Steve, I would offer you a pint, but you've got to dock your bike, mate. You've got to go put your bike back in your bike dock.
Where'd you do that then?
Up here. Come on, we'll go. We're going to sort it out. Come on, Steve. You've got to go and dock your bike. Come on, come and dock your bike. We'll bring the pints. You can have a sip of mine on the way, but you've got to dock your bike safely.
Tell you what, right? I've got really bad chafing.
Talc will sort that out, Steve.